because of my childhood and the sexual abuse, like I had no self-esteem. I had a lot of shame. I thought that if a man or a boy showed me attention, that was what love could look like. I just craved love so much.
Yeah.
And attention. So validation from a guy was like something that was priority one for me.
Yeah.
Right. So I was always seeking happiness and validation from everything outside of myself.
External sources, yeah.
Right. Versus now that I'm sober and I've done the work, I know that's all an internal job. And then the fresh start was maybe I'd be in a relationship, or maybe it was when I was in work and things would start falling apart in that situation and I would become very unhappy, and I would change my people, places, and things so that I then could have a new start, because if I had a new start, then I would be happy.
Yeah.
Again, life still looked good. You know, I was not my mom. I'm not passing out. I'm not blacking out. I got my stuff together.
Did it affect your work at all early on?
Well, it did affect my work because I would be tired. Like, I always think to myself, like now, like if I was, rising up the ranks during that time when I was drinking and not fully in, how well I would have done if I had a clear mind without the fog sober the next day.
Yes.
It was been crazy, right?
Yeah.
Actually, getting in front of the camera was my demise, because I started using alcohol as liquid courage. And I was like, maybe I could have a glass of wine before I go on an audition.
Yes.
And it'll help me with the nerves.
Oh, God. Do you think that made your auditions better at the time?
No, I don't think so. So I remember I get to the mall and I'm going up the escalator and I'm like, Marci, you don't need it. I'm telling myself I do not need this wine. Now I get upstairs. I'm at the wrong freaking mall.
Oh, God, dude.
I'm at the wrong. So now I am in the most chaotic state, jump in my car, and I freaking start drinking that wine.
To calm the nerves
to
of the
calm
drive.
myself as I'm driving.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And speeding.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Just to even think of it, it's just like unbelievable.
And so how did the cop catch you?
So what happened was I got there, I walked the show. I had a girlfriend that met me. It was like this shift and just surrender. And I was like, I'm about to lose everything I have built. And for what? And I went downstairs and my husband was awake and we sat down on the couch. I told him, I said, I'm an alcoholic and I need help. And I remember just start bawling, and he embraced me. And it was that love that I'd been looking for my whole entire life. And it was right there in front of me. And I got up and left. I don't remember. I went in a blackout.
I got to go home blackout.
And I didn't even know that I had done this. I somehow get to Wyckoff and I pull over and I am on somebody's yard and the cops come.
Wait, you get to Wyckoff and you pull over into someone's lawn.
Yeah, so I get off and now I should have turned left, but I turned right and I went off on a street. I think I must have gotten confused which way to go.
Oh my God.
So I didn't know where I was at that point.
Okay. And you hit the lawn. Do you remember what point do you remember?
I'm sitting there and I'm looking for something in my car, right? And then but I'm still in my blackout. Now the cop, I've been called in, right? So they know, and it was around Wyckoff, and they have my plate number, so they're driving everywhere. I guess they probably have it out to every cop, right?
God.
And so they saw me parked on the street, half in the yard, and so needless to say, I was arrested.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I dealt with a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. It was such an awful time in my life. Awful. I went to bed that night, and I was pissed. I'll say, poor me, right? Everybody else does this. Why do I get caught? My husband was around. I wouldn't be like this, But I woke up the next morning and it was like, it was something different.
You got 40% worse sleep because you had one beer.
Well, we think alcohol like helps us sleep, but the
No.
reality is you may fall asleep, but then it affects your sleep rhythms. So you don't go into the deep sleep.
No.
Let's say we make the decision to quit drinking. It all goes back to the reward system, dopamine. When you stop those things, now you have to rewire the brain and find different ways to cope in your life. I had to do a lot of healing, a lot of trauma healing, you know, switching that place of lack into gratitude. So if you think you want to have that drink, then play it out, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay, I don't have a problem. Yeah, I could just have one. When have you really had just one?
It's such a tool.
It
to
is.
be able to even just look ahead 1 hour.
Exactly.
Because I feel like a lot of times you really are just craving that first drink.
Yeah.
And then once that first drink passes, you're like, well, I broke the seal. I might as well down it. And then you wake up the next morning.
But I don't want to feel that way anymore.